Again, none of those fish were trophies to write home about. There's not a lot of those in this lake, although, again, the biggest fish I ever caught, I caught in this lake. Now, this is a fish, and he was further away from the boat. Oh, and he's pulling. And this guy is not small. And this is a bad job with the net. Welcome back to Fishing with Vance. Well, it's a little bit of a cloudy, warm morning here. Calendar's turned over to August, and I'm back in my original lake. The fishing was really good here in July, and I haven't been here for a few days. And we'll see what we can do today. We got some pop-up storms here and there. Hopefully I don't get wet, but it has been hot, so we'll see what happens. It's just me today on the Pelican bass raider. There she is, ready to go, and let's see what happens. I'm going to switch some things up today, in the sense that, and I'll talk about this more when I get on the boat, but I'm going to switch colors. I've been throwing blue tube, and I'm going to switch to what is known as the bleeding tube, or it's basically a green pumpkin with red skirt tube. See it there? And the other thing I'm going to change, I'm going to get in the water here, but I'm combining two things. A Ned rig. I used to have a Ned rig jig head on this, and I lost a lot of fish that way. And so I'm kind of combining the Ned rig with, in terms of the double tail jig here, with the same jig head that I use for this tube, only it's exposed. So I'm gonna see if I lose less fish that way. We'll see what happens. It's a little bit of an experiment on that guy, and we'll go from there. And then I have the other two standards, Senko, Wacky, and the Fat Baby Finesse varieties. Let's get this thing in the water and see if it's not fish on. Thanks for joining me on fishingwithvance.com. Nice and quiet. I'm gonna start with this bleeding tube. A little bit of wind, not much. Fresh green pumpkin, red skirt tail here, tube. And before I leave the dock, let's see if anybody's hanging out up there. So give a couple tosses up in here and see if anybody's home, and I'll come back to this spot. As the sun gets up a little higher, sometimes they come in here. Oh, there's a hit. He wasn't near the bank. He was pretty far out. Little guy. Yeah, he wasn't he wasn't up on the bank. He was a little further out. Boy, he got after this tube. Wow. It's a little dude to start today, but hard to believe that fish can eat that tube, but he can. Took a bite out of the bleeder. Should check the water temperature. I haven't done that in a while. It's got to be in the 80s. Well into the 80s, or in the 80s, I would say. It's been pretty hot here. So, all right. One little dinker. We're moving. Let's go. Let me get my water gate. Check my water temperature here. I haven't done it in a while. Had to get a new bag. There it is. $39 at Dunham's. It's actually really nice so far. Has a hard plastic bottom, and I broke the zippers out of my other bag. You guys have followed the channel. and once the zippers broke, it made it impossible. I mean, I definitely overloaded that bag. I can't blame the bag itself. I never really loved it. Let me move it out a little bit. I never really loved the other bag. If you saw my review on it, if you haven't, go back and check it out. I have all kind of product reviews. You guys new to the channel, go to my main channel, YouTube channel, and there's a playlist for product reviews. There's also a playlist for Pelican mods too. There's several of those of everything we've ever done to this boat. Guys, give me a little morning serenade. Take it. Let's see what the water temperature is. Alright, that's enough of that. Alright, well, that's figuring that out. Pulled up into this spot right here. It's known as 4 Times on the back side of the island. And the other day I was fishing here with Penner, and men, they were just completely stacked in there. Right where those 2 rocks are up there, right in front of them. I'm not close enough here, but they may not be completely pushed up yet this morning. Like I said, we're getting into August here. We're in August, and I'm sure we're going to get into the dog days of August from a bass fishing perspective. And so far it hasn't been the case. We've still been able to catch pretty good numbers of bass, and but you can feel it slowing down as August drags on, or August starts out, I should say. But we shall see. I'm going to turn my attention to catfish, and for August I'm going to try to get out catfishing. I haven't been doing it much. Just again, the bass fishing has been so good. It's tough to for me. It's tough to switch. You know, you only have so much time on the water, and you got to get while the getting's good. So as the bass slow down here, or as they slow down for August, August is a good time for catfish, for me anyway. It's good timing just because the bass slow down a little bit, and the catfish they're going crazy. Again, same thing. I'm not going to stay here long. Well, there's a fish. There's one. He was up there. Need to get the pitch a little closer. There he is. On the bleeding green tube. Typical bass for this lake. Fun. But yeah. There's the tube. Alright, thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. Water temperature is 81 degrees. Well, the other day I was here and I'd catch a fish, and then I'd get another one and another one. Look at this. And there it is again. And then I get another one. It's like they're all, you know, they're stacked up in this area sometimes. This guy's a little thicker. Nice fish. Take those all day. Well, I think they're happy with the bleeding tube. Or they like it. Thank you, buddy. Fix the bleeding tube skirt. There we go. Oh, there it is. Bleeding tube. Green. Alright, that's 2 out of there. This is what always amazes me. Like, you know, how many are cruising in this area? There's another one in there. This guy's even better. Is they all just taking turns feeding up in here or what? It's just wild. Another one. Easy, buddy. Easy. Feisty guy. Alright. You and your buddies are just chilling up there. Alright. I don't know what's going on at my house, but that's my... Somebody's texting me. I'm supposed to be looking at this watch whenever it happens, and I don't. That was the whole idea behind the Christmas present, was getting me this watch that I would look at when I was fishing if they were trying to get a hold of me. Now, if they need me bad enough, they'll call. But I don't need to be looking at a phone while I'm having fun catching bass. At least that's my opinion. That's I think 4 fish out of there, or 3. I don't know. Already lost track. But always fun whenever they're stacked. When you're getting them like this, it's fun. You get spoiled, and then you'll go for 2 hours without a bite. I just caught them on 3 consecutive casts. Another fish. He was a little further out. Oh, missed him. Missed him. He was a little further out. He was there for a couple turns. Beautiful morning here in August of 2022. Hard to believe 2022 is just ticking right along. It really is. Got another one in there. I think this is fish number 5 in there. He's pulling. Come on up here, buddy. You guys all look the same. Whole family up in there. Alright, buddy. Bleeding tube, a little blood on it. See ya, bud. Oh. This is fun. This is fun. It's 5 or 6 fish in the same spot. He was a little further out. He wasn't quite all the way up there, but another fish up there. Yep. Got him. I'll tell you, it's amazing to me. This is probably the best one. Oh, this guy's got a little chubbiness to him. That's 7. Oh man, this is just not normal, but it is fun whenever they're sitting in there. And then there'll be other days I come here and they won't be there at all. It's just it's wild. Wild stuff. All right, I gotta get this thing jammed back up in there. That's one thing about these tubes. You know, if you can get them out of the fish's mouth, you know, with your finger and not have to use the pliers, skirt, and not have to use pliers, you can catch a bunch on it. Like I said, I think it's 6 or 7. I think it's 7. So that's 7 fish. On the same tube, so it makes it, yeah, it's nice. The worms, I definitely blow through those faster. You can catch 2 or 3 on those, and they're ripped or torn or whatever, but they're super soft. These guys, you know, if you use that jig head like that, it won't. Other fish. Man, these guys are up here. Another little guy this time. See, you can't resist that popping. That's the key. My old brother, my old fishing partner, he would fish this back all the way to the boat, super patient, and catch them right here. You know, it's that spiral down that does it. Me, I get too impatient. Once it gets this close to the boat, I'm gonna reel it back in, and I shouldn't, because look, something hit that. Just like I was just saying. Just as I was saying that. I was just about to reel it in, give up, and here he is. Another one. And there's an example of why you reel it all the way back to the boat. Alright, I got him free. Had to move out a little bit. Same thing, didn't have to use the pliers, just ran my finger down in there. You find that hook and you can push it down, because these are normally, the hook normally goes in the roof of his mouth. And if you just push that down, it just pops right back out, and then without using your pliers, you don't, you know, destroy your tube, and you can keep fishing it. But that last fish, that was an example of what I was saying, like, and I'm guilty of this. I get too impatient. If I don't catch a fish when it drops right next to those rocks, then I'm not bringing it back. I'm not fishing all this water. And that fish was way out here. He hadn't gone up all the way up yet. And this tube, I don't think you can see it in the water. It's, you know, it's meant to dive down like that. That little bit of action, you can't see that. That little bit of action where you just are popping it and popping it along, that makes all the difference in the world. I mean, sure, you're gonna get fish on that initial, sometimes on an initial drop, just like this one, little guy. Well, I thought it was a little guy. He was running deep water. He's not huge, but he was up there. This is just incredible to me. This many fish are sitting up there. It's nuts. This is the best one so far. They're getting bigger. See how that's right in the top of his mouth. Easy, buddy. Easy. Man, that's my best fish for sure. It's right there in the top of his mouth. And then he can just do that. He's out. So bleeding tube now, I think that's at least 10 fish up in this same area. And there's the status of my tube. It's getting a little ripped up, but I've got 10 DAS on it. So that's hard to beat that. Wow, I must have fished out the spot after I caught 11 on that spot. Crazy stuff. So I guess we'll move. Oh man, what a time. I think I started fishing at 6:07. It's 6:42 and I already have a dozen bass in the boat. It's just again, that's not realistic. Shout out to Alex. It's not normal. It's just a bluegill. You can tell by the way he's nipping at my skirt. But it's not normal, but when it's there, you just enjoy it, have fun. Again, none of those fish were trophies to write home about. There's not a lot of those in this lake, although again, biggest fish I ever caught, I caught in this lake. Now this is a fish, and he was further away from the boat. Oh, and he's pulling. And this guy is not small. And this is a bad job with the net. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna miss this fish over this. Pressure on him. Oh my gosh. That's why you gotta get the net ready. Oh yeah. This is the worst ever. This is definitely a good fish if I get to see him. Oh yeah, this is a good one. Okay. And I took more time to get the net than I did to get him in. Let's see what we got here. I don't want to horse him too much, but he's giving me a go here. This may not be a bass. The way it's staying down, it's almost like it's a catfish. I've caught catfish on this bleeding tube before. This is a catfish. It's a catfish. Pretty decent one too. He's telling me, man, it's catfish season. Come on. Come on, Vance. Bring the chicken liver out. Come on, turn your head this way, buddy. Oh, yeah. Oh, that big old catfish for this place. Oh, I knew that. I didn't think I was a bass. Oh man. Oh. All right. All right. Well, hadn't caught a catfish in a while. Been a few years. He wasn't going anywhere. He bent out my tube. Easy, partner. We'll get you out of here. All right, buddy. Okay. I'll get you here. Come on. I know you're gonna bite me. Yep. You barely get him. There he is. Oh man, what an adventure. That was fun.